This video focuses on Deandre Hopkins. After he returned from suspension, he had 3 or 4 really big games with 10 catches, 9 catches, 12 catches. I wanted to stay away from those games. In the end, I could not help myself. I had to go back and look at his 12-catch game versus the Vikings. This video focuses mostly on 2 7-catch games that he had back-to-back, one versus New England and one versus Denver. So hang with me. You're going to see some exciting stuff, I promise you. Here's Deandre at the bottom of our screen. This first clip provides some insight into something that's always been known about Deandre, namely that he has a safeguard against pressure. You can put the ball up to him, even in double coverage, and have good faith that he's going to come down with it. See the quarterback come off the right side of the field. Wonderful one-hand grab. Now he's out of bounds. But this is just an attempt to illustrate, number one, his hands, number two, the faith that a quarterback has in him or can have in him, even if he's covered or double covered. Put the ball up, give him a chance. Great one-handed grab. This is just a stunning one-hand grab, a short motion inside. This is Deandre here. He's going to end up one-on-one with the safety. Watch him stab this ball out of the air. Safety's going to play with inside leverage. He's going to attack that leverage. Watch him turn for the football here in an effort to make the safety drive. Jab step inside and then just out physicals him. There's not too many guys. You just put the ball up for to grab here. Again, just a stunning grab. Watch him watch that ball in. Watch it again. He's a big-time target on third downs. We're going to see him come into the top left of our screen. He runs a little stop. Obviously, he's got a reputation for having great hands. Watch him have to go down and get this ball off the ground. I want to focus now on a few examples of his route running, get away from his hands, although those two things touch and overlap. He's at the bottom of our screen. I'm very impressed and somewhat surprised at how he doesn't appear to have great speed, although he does have a big stride and some build-up speed to him. Even still, he really has very little trouble convincing defensive backs that he might beat them deep. He really is a master salesman. You'll notice that he slows his tempo about 5 yards into it. Could be sitting it down, running a curl. You just don't know. And you really get a sense of how deceptive he is when you watch the defensive backs in these next few clips, how he gets them turned around and falling over themselves. He's also, even though he's slow playing this to an extent, kind of mid-route here, he is very quick out of his break. Watch him accelerate out of this break. Again, separation, and you can see it. I think all of this that I'm discussing a little bit better at full clip. Good feet on the sideline, good body control. Watch it again. Take note of the separation he gets on this 17-yard comeback. That's what I meant about him being a salesman. Arms pumping, head over his knees, selling vertical until the quarterback can't sort of hold out any longer. Again, he gets these guys turned around and just copious amounts of separation. Watch it again. Believe this is Patrick Surtain he's matched up against at the bottom of our screen. One of the things I like about him as a route runner, whether he is 10 yards downfield or just coming off the line of scrimmage, is that he will run up right on the feet of the corner. Very aggressive off the line, right at the corner, jab outside. Pretty explosive off that jab step right there. Again, you can see that the quarterback swing, his inside leg, he's beat right there. And he's a pretty good corner. Watch it again. take a look at the top of our screen. This is the end result of an 18-yard out. Look at the body position of the corner. The cornerback started off an off man, about 8 yards off of him. One of the things I mentioned is how it is that he'll run right up on the feet of a defensive back. You see that here. He's selling some form of a deep route. He almost steps on the corner. And he's definitely buying it. Drops his weight. Just a ton of separation on this. Watch it again. Interested to watch more and observe how it is that teams attempt to cover him. He occupies a lot of attention. You can see he's doubled here. They're not giving him the seam, and the safety is watching nothing but Deandre Hopkins on this. And that opens up some space here for this drag, ultimately picking up the first down. He definitely has a good feel for coverages and awareness of space. Watch him sit this down. He's going to beat both of these defenders after the catch and pick up extra yards. This guy doesn't play it very well, but he obviously has a sense of where both players are. And watch him after the catch. Watch it again. Just a few words about the Ravens possibly signing Deandre, which is, of course, why I made this video in the first place. My initial reaction to the semi-news and the rumors that have broken over the last day or two, especially, was not positive. I'm not crazy about building sort of a Frankenstein team, particularly taking into consideration the amount of cap space it eats up. I'm not sure I see the point in having Beckham and Hopkins. But upon watching this, certainly not a bad thing to have DeAndre Hopkins on the team. If I were to pick one or the other, I would pick Hopkins. I would pick Hopkins over Beckham. But I suppose if one is good, two is better. Something I think that's worth bringing up, I noticed 3 separate occasions where Hopkins appeared frustrated. This is toward the end of the year. I don't think he was playing with the starting quarterback. You'll see an example of that here. And the reason I bring that up is it's possible that the egos on the field could be difficult to manage should he be brought in. You can see this football's behind him. Not thrown particularly well. The quarterback knows that. This is an example to me of just frustration. He does not need to point that out to the quarterback, and I'm not trying to make a big deal out of it. I'm just saying that I noticed that 2 or 3 times in these 2 games. In any case, great player, would be a great addition, no question.